Hello everybody, it's Big Al with some more content from Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So, this video I'm going to be rebuilding my gear. I had to break down all the gold gear that I wanted because of the seasonal hammers. But I didn't want to start rebuilding my gear until I was in Bag End. For a couple reasons. First is the store. I am buying a Blazing Tongue. To me, that is the only item in the store, weapon-wise, or equipment-wise, that is usable. I needed to see which gear effect I would get with it. So, okay, I'm going to get out of there. A couple other things I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Matham store. So, with this Glorious Reign chest, you get if you win the Renowned Conqueror badge, which we did this season. So it will give you a flawless equipment out of guaranteed with 10 pulls. So when we got here, it gave me 3 free, which I already did. What didn't give me anything, but I am actually going to spend the gems and try to get one flawless piece. And we'll see how many it takes. I will do the half-priced one. I got nothing. So, if we go back here, you can see the counter right here, 4 of 10. I'm just going to do the 5-pack for 3,000 gems. I normally don't do this, but because I'm doing my equipment, why not? Okay, I didn't get it on that one. I only got one purple. That sucks. So, we're going to do one more pull, which is guaranteed flawless equipment. Okay, if it's a good gear set, I might be able to use that. No, it's not. I have one of those already. Well, same gear set with upkeep, which I'm not going to use. Okay, now on this one, I only need 4 more to get a guaranteed mythic invitation. So I figured I would do this with you as well. Okay, that's a good pull. I always need respect. Okay, and here is the guaranteed invitation. Elrond, which I already have, but I don't use. So at least I can use his respect items towards ascending somebody. Okay, so we're done with that. Now let's get into gear. Like I said, I had already broke down my gold gear because of the seasonal hammers. So we're going to go look through the golden gear, which I bought the Blazing Tongue and that. So, a couple of things I broke down. I broke down Gandalf's Mordor sword. I broke down Frodo's Reckoning. I broke down Galadriel's Blazing Tongue. And then I also broke down Gimli's or Dane's Palantir. Then Dane's or who else do I use this on? Dwalin, I think. I broke down the drums. I broke down Swan Helm that was on Gandalf, and I broke down the Herod Cask on Frodo. As you see, I don't have a great deal of gold items, but I do have a good amount. So, first thing you want to do is look through the items and what can be used. Okay, this is the best in slot helmet for damage dealers. Okay, this is second best in slot for tanks. Obviously, that's the best in slot for damage dealers. That's the second. This would be best in slot for focus damage dealers. Okay, and this would be best in slot weapon for tanks. So let's go into my commanders. So this one is the Palantir. So what I'm going to do is I am going to place it there. Before I start strengthening or upgrading, I need to see what other items I'm going to use. But I'm going to explain a couple things for you about building gear. So Gimli is a damage dealer. You need to know what kind of role each commander is going to take. Okay, so Gimli, Dane, Bjorn, those are all good side damage dealers. So when you're building, what you need for damage dealers on a weapon and accessory. Unfortunately, the accessory only has gold, gives commander damage, which is up here. Okay. The second thing that you need is commander attack. Okay. Those are the two most important stats to put on a damage dealer. Okay. The gear effects, they don't matter as much. The stats matter most. If you can make set effects, great. But don't sacrifice stats to make them. And the stats are considered these right here, the commander attack and commander defense. So, same thing with the helmet. You're always going to get either hit points or command from a helmet. Okay, I'm doing a damage dealer, so I want commander attack. Okay, I could put something else on it with command, but then I sacrifice the commander attack. Okay, I'm going to skip over to the accessory, and you see commander damage and commander attack. The two most important things for the damage dealer. Doesn't matter if it's purple or gold gear. Okay, but purple gear accessory will not have commander damage. It only has hit points, which would be this one right here, the Bone Talisman. So, damage dealers, you want commander attack and commander damage. Because I have a high base of commander attack, as you see down here, it's almost 200. I choose to use a high elf hauberk for my armor because it gives me unit defense. And the thinking behind that is I'm going to keep my units alive longer so Gimli has more time to deal damage. Okay. One good thing, even the purple scale mail, if you don't have, a gold armor that has commander attack or like my choice of using unit defense, the purple scale mail works great as well, and it actually gives a decent amount of commander attack. So I'm going to move on. Dane currently has my second damage dealer gear. So I know I want the drums on him. Okay. So now we're going to go to weapon. So weapons that give commander damage and commander attack. Okay, I have the bow of the high elves, but doesn't give much commander attack. The Nightfall gives okay damage and okay commander attack, but I know I can do better. Hammer of Moria, it's got commander damage, but the commander attack isn't that good. Plus, I won't be able to refine it to get more commander damage. Black Bow is probably the second best in slot for damage dealers, but again, I don't have any more black bows to refine it. Let me do this really quick and unlock it. So what I'm going to do, because a lot of my commanders share gear, I am going to use the Blazing Tongue. As you can see, I have 5 of them, so I will be able to refine this. And this gives good commander damage. Okay, so those are in place. Galadriel, she's going to share that Blazing Tongue with Dane, or my second damage dealer, whoever that is. So I'm not going to make another weapon for her, okay? I'm going to put this here just for now, okay? That way she has something on her. Okay, now let me look at the accessories for her. A couple accessories for her, that would be the best choice. But I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough gold items to strengthen any other accessory I have. So I'm going to skip her because she is the alternate to my main account. I use her instead of Gimli when I'm fighting evil because of Gimli's keen eye. Because Gimli's keen eye on his relic. Because I can really do some damage to myself if he gets maddened. So, Gandalf the Grey. Okay, he is definitely in my main formation. So for Gandalf the Grey is different than Gandalf the White. Gandalf the Grey, you're looking for commander focus and command. Command more than damage, because no matter what, Gandalf the Grey is not going to be doing damage. Okay, well, I already got one Blazing Tongue, and that's commander damage. The Reckoning gives me command, but it doesn't give me commander focus. That gives commander damage instead of command. So I'm going to go with the Mordor Sword, which I personally think is best in slot for Gandalf the Grey. The helmet. Okay, as you can see, I got a couple different choices that I can use. This has got 3 to where I could refine it, and it gives command, so that's good, but doesn't give commander focus. And commander focus is the most priority for Gandalf the Grey because of what skill? White Council, which is the most popular skill in the game for good side. This again gives command, unit defense, so it would help him tank, but I need to get focus. That's the number 1 priority. So I'm going to put the Swan Helm on him. Frodo. Okay, now this is a decision that I decided to go with this season. Last season I ran the Reckoning, and I used the Arcane skill because I was in non-role play. Somebody else would be using that item, but because I'm doing role play, I'm not switching that item between people. And then in the helmet, I had the Herod cast with Arcane. Well, I'm changing it up, and I'm downgrading Frodo just a little bit so that I can upgrade my other gear better. So I'm sacrificing the Reckoning, and I'm putting a Cutlass on there. Overall, the Cutlass, or the Reckoning that I had, it had 164 command, and I want to say it was 30 unit defense. So I'm losing 15 unit defense and about 34 command. But because I'm downgrading him, I'm able to change the set effect on his Herod cast, because before I had it as the Arcane because I was switching gear around, but now I can put thick armor on it. So the Herod cast will end up being the same level it was, but with the thick armor that I can make the set with the Cutlass, I'm gaining 10 of that defense that I'm losing from getting rid of the Reckoning. So overall, I'm losing about 30 command, and I'm only losing 5 unit defense. But one good thing about the thick armor, the defense is for the commander and the unit. So that's going to help Frodo a little bit. Commander defense isn't as important these days. So there we go. My main formation, that's where all my gold gear is going, is my first damage dealer, my second damage dealer, my support, and my tank. So first, let's go ahead and work on Frodo. I am going to refine the Herod cask first and foremost. And I recommend refining things before you go to strengthen, because you just never know. You might accidentally put it somewhere. Okay. Now, let me see here. Who else has... Gandalf has his Swan Helm. So let me go into Gandalf, and I'm going to refine his Swan Helm. I'm going to be able to refine it twice. and I'm going to have an extra swan helm, which works. I can either put that on a junk commander or I can use it to strengthen. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items for sure to use to strengthen. I could use these 2 Cask of the Pride to refine my current one that Dane has on, but I think, or that Gimli has on, but I think his hit points are good enough at 7,400. So I'm going to use those 2 pieces to strengthen a helmet. So what I'm going to do is I want to put like items on the same thing. So I am likely to change the swan helm at a later date. So in the Herod Cask, I am strengthening. I'm going to use all these high elf helmets. So like I said, I'm putting the same items inside of it. That way, if I never need to get them out again, it only takes me 1 hammer. So I got the Herod Cask at 2 stars. Now I'm going to go up to Gandalf, and he's going to get strengthened with 2 stars as well. The Swan Helm. And that's why it's always important to make sure you have elven hammers laying around as well. Don't just use them to use them. Save them for the important things. Okay, so we did that. Now let's go to weapons. So I got 2 weapons to go through because I changed his there. She's not getting one because she's going to share with Gimli. So I have these 2, the second damage dealer and Gandalf. So I have all of these blazing tongues to refine. And again, the reason I chose the might for the blazing tongue is because I have it with the drums. I could have made one with Lord of Arcane to help Galadriel, but she's just an alternate. I am generally going to have 2 physical damage dealers in my main formation. So he is the priority of having the set effect. So I'm going to go in here and refine these because commander damage is very important. So you see now I'm doing 8 to 24 additional from on Dane, his 34 to 55 total range now. So the other weapon that I would be looking to refine would be Gandalf's, but I don't have any Nordor swords. So we are going to go ahead and strengthen items. So again, we are going to put the same kind of item inside. Let's see, I have 4 of those. I have 3 Mirkwood Thorns. So I'm going to start with these. And these are items that I will probably never really use for somebody. So those are in there. Now let me go to Dane. Because your damage dealers, you want higher equipment on your damage dealers than you do your support and your tank. Your support and tank need good gear. They don't need great gear. But with your damage dealers having great gear, they're going to kill the enemy. And your support isn't going to have to work as hard. So we're going to go to strength and let's see what we have left. I know I'll never use the bow of the High Elves, Nightfall, the Reckonings, but I'm going to put items inside of the Blazing Tongue that I might want later. So the Black Bow is definitely something I might want later. So I'm going to put that in there. Because if I get a couple of those, I would love to have that as a second. I'm going to put these Reckonings in here. Let's see, is there any other items I might want later? I know I won't use those. I won't use the Hammer of Warrior, the Sandclaw. But the Reach of the Riddermark and the Obsidian Dagger, those are possibilities. I'm going to put the Obsidian Dagger because that is the best in slot weapon for focused damage dealers, like Galadriel. Okay? So I'm going to put that in there as a third. So I have that to 3 stars. Let's see what else I have. I have 5 items left. Now I choose between making the Blazing Tongue 4 stars or making the Nordor Sword 3 stars and having 2 items left over. So if I take a look, putting, say, one of these on a second formation, would I want one of those on there just to have? I personally don't. I want all my gold on my main formation and or my alternate commander, which is Galadriel, because I have enough purple gear to fill my second formation. So what am I going to do? Let's take a look at Gandalf. His focus is at 170, so that's pretty good because, again, he's just there for support. He's there for White Council mainly. But I want Dane or Gimli or whoever has this at the time. I want my damage dealer doing a lot of damage. I want that extra commander attack. There we go. So now my weapons are done. Now it's time to go to the accessories. And I'm scrolling through my mains. I'm not worried about Galadriel, Frodo. So it's between Dane and Gimli. Now Gimli has my best set of damage dealing gear. So let's see what we have here. We have a lot of gear. A lot of accessories to choose from. The Palantir is something that I might break down later if I get another one with a better set effect. So I'm going to put items that I might use later. But let me see here. I possibly could put Golden Pipe on Galadriel. You know what? I am going to put the Golden Pipe on Galadriel, because I used her quite a bit this last season. So first and foremost, let me refine hers. I can't refine Dane's or Gimli's Palantir or Drums of Barad-dûr. Okay, so first and foremost, let me go back to Gimli. He's got the best set. I am going to use things to strengthen him. Let's see. Ooh, I got a worn out accessory. Perfect. So that's automatically getting used. Let me see here. Let me unlock this. I have 3. Oh, nope, I have 2 fiddles. That's not enough for me to put that on Gandalf. I'd rather use it to strengthen. So I'm going to use the Mirror's Reins. And I'm going to get this to 3 stars. Let me put this other Mirror's Rein on there. Now I need 2 items. I got 3 boxes. Okay, I got 2 defenders, 2 ants, 2 devilries, 2 belts, 2 signets, 2 fiddles. Okay. I'm just going to put the fiddles. No, I'm not. And the reason I'm not going to is because I'm going to put those inside of the Golden Pipe. Same with those. Okay. Let me use the 2 defenders. Here's another tip. Okay, now right here, it takes 5 items to get to 4 stars. Well, to get to 3 stars, I need 6 total items. It is smarter to make 2 3-star items than 1 4-star, because overall it's going to make your formation better. The drums, let's go in here. Now I'm going to put things that I definitely am not going to use. I'm not going to use the box of knowledge. So I will put all 3 of those in the same item. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 items left. Okay, so let me put these inside of here. Now I'm going to go to Galadriel, and I am going to strengthen the pipe. So I'm going to put things that I might want later for a focus dealer. So I'm going to put the fiddles and the signets inside of here, because these are all items for a focus commander. The fiddles would be more for Gandalf the Grey, but the signets would be for a damage dealer. And then I'm also going to put these Orthonax Devilries in there. These actually aren't bad items. I've been looking at them, and I've actually, when doing other people's gear, they had a couple of them, and I actually have them using them on some of their focus commanders like Gandalf the Grey, because it gives focus, it gives unit defense, and it gives command. Excuse me. So it is a viable option for somebody like Gandalf. Okay, so now I have 3 stars on all 3 of my damage dealing accessories. Let me come back out here to the items bag. Let's see how much gold items I have left. I really don't have much. I have 2 armors and 2 accessories, which I will not use. So it doesn't look like I will be able to use them, so they're going to be laying around. One good thing about this Durin's plate is that I can use on, say, a secondary formation on one of my tanks or supports, and I can upgrade it once with the Berserker's Raiment. Okay, so now let's go back to their commanders and look to make sure that everybody that needed work has gotten work. So on my Gimli, with my first damage dealer set, I have everything the same. I didn't change anything, but I did pull a couple items out to change. Now on Dane, before he had a battle axe. He had that battle axe. So let's see the difference. Let's see, he gets 4 extra commander attack and damage 10 to 14, 8 to 24. That is a big improvement for the second player's gear. Drums of Barad-dûr were the same. They were 3 stars. Let's see. This was this only had 1 refinement on it last time, because one of the golden smoking pipes were in the Palantir, I believe. Here, the Nordor didn't change. I actually had gotten one of the Blazing Tongues out of there. The Swan Helm, same thing. That didn't change. And Frodo. So, like I had talked about before, he lost about 30 command, but only 5 unit defense. But I did gain the 10 unit defense, or the commander defense right here. So, there's my formation. Frodo, Gandalf, Gimli, and Dane. I'm pretty happy with that. I got 4-star weapons, gold weapons on both of my damage dealers. Yeah, I know, purple helm. well, sue me, I don't have enough gold gear. But at least I was able to make the best in slot purple helmet and armor. Plus, I made it sharp blade, so it's giving me an extra 10 commander attack and unit attack. One bonus with some of the purple gear is like the full helm also gives unit defense. It's not much, but it does help. Gandalf, I'm happy with him. Again, he's the support. And one thing that a lot of people are going to probably question when they see this, why didn't I use the gold fiddle? Well, with the gold fiddle, I would have only been able to refine once, and it would have brought me to 60 command. But then I would have lost out on some of my strengthening for my other 3 damage dealers accessories. So you just have to prioritize what you want. Like I said, I know Frodo will perform decently well with this set of gear right here. I ran him with all purples for a very long time, and he did very, very fine. This season I will be going Gondor, so I have Swan Knights. So that makes me happy as well. So, I hope you guys kind of see what you're looking to build and how to build it. Remember, the stats, this area here, are more important than here, the set effect. But pay attention to the top underneath what's the name of the item for the commander damage, or hit points. So, I hope you guys learned something. Remember, tanks, you want command and unit defense. The set effects I like are fortitude, evasive maneuvers, and thick armor. Okay, I think fortitude is the best though. Gandalf the Grey, you are looking for focus first because you need his White Council skill that modifies off focus. You need a lot of focus. And I put command to help because he is going to be a secondary support / tank. Then my damage dealers. Commander attack and commander damage are the 2 most important things. And again, I chose a unit defense armor only because my commander attack is over 200. I could easily change that to the golden skin or the scale mail to get more commander attack, but I'm okay where he is because I want him to live. I want his troops to live. Okay? And then focus damage dealer. You want commander damage and commander focus. When you're using a focus damage dealer, same as a physical damage dealer, this commander damage is very important. Okay? But with Galadriel, instead of commander attack, I want commander focus. Commander attack does nothing for her. Okay, so that's my video. I know I didn't get to break down everything while you guys were on the video, and I apologize, but I had to get it done before the season was over. And I know I've rambled on a little bit, but I threw a couple extras with the Matham, with the gear chest, and things like that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And always, make the most out of what you got.